This video aims to introduce the construct of a project in QGIS, which is basically how you kind of save your work. And so you'll see at the top it says Untitled Project. We're going to create a new project, and the projects are going to be basically files that we save locally. So the first thing we have to do is maybe make a directory to keep the projects that we make in this class. If you go over to the browser, at the very top of it, you'll probably have something called volumes. If you're not on a Windows, it may not be the topmost, but you should have something that if you explode it, um, shows you your hard drive, and Limu is an external hard drive. So I'm gonna kind of return here for a second. That's just Limu is the Chumash name for Santa Cruz Island, which is a place where I used to, I lived there for like 10 years. So it's a place that's important to me anyway. I named my hard drive after it. And that's my external drive. So then I also wanted to point out home. So home is, it's basically your user's account. So up, um, if I brought up Finder here, you can see under the hard drive, under users, there's my name, and here are all the folders that I have, and those are also available here. So your first decision is that if you're working on your laptop, you might want to create a directory by going to new. So I just right clicked on, or it's a double tap on my pad, but essentially you want to right click on home and you can say new directory, and that's going to create basically a folder on your user's account. You can put it on your desktop as well. The alternative, what I'm going to do is save it on an external hard drive. I use Limu to save a lot of the teaching work that I do. So I'm going to stick this on my external hard drive by right-clicking on Limu and saying new directory, and then I'm going to say underscore GG 251, and you guys can uh, do whatever you want to do. I could just call this geography 0251, which I think is what we did on the Earth Engine directory. So maybe I'll just do that here and I'll say OK. And I now have a folder on my external hard drive. So again, if you're working on your own laptop, there's no harm in doing that locally through your home. And but if you're working on a department computer, I know you're not going to have the OS interface here, but if you're saving on an external drive, then you'll want to kind of create it in your volumes or however you can access your external drive. Is that fair? So I'm going to be doing all the demos on a Macintosh interface because um, just at this time, majority of students at Middlebury have a Macintosh, and it's what I use at home when I'm here at home. Um, but hopefully, without too much work, you'll be able to kind of make the translation between a Mac and a Windows if you're working on a department computer, or if your laptop is a Windows. So now that I've got a place to kind of put it, I'm going to go ahead and say project, save as. And even though there's nothing going on yet in this project, I'm just going to go over to Limu, go into my Geography 251, and save this as I'm going to call it Hello QGIS, and save it. And there it is. It's now my most recent project. It's a little funky because it has we'll work on that in a second. But that's what it is. That's where I started. You probably have not working with the South Pole azimuth equidistant. I didn't bother showing you that yet, but you should just basically see that you've got a project now saved to your drive, whether it's external or local. Cool. So that's all I wanted to show here, and then we'll go on to the next one.